This week the government has paid compensation to Save the Children because they were wrongly accused of encouraging asylum seekers on Nauru to self-harm. Is that a fair and reasonable outcome, and is it now time to apologise?
Well, I set up the inquiry that led to these outcomes, Barry, and that's why I set it up, that we could get to the bottom of what was happening there. I drew no conclusions on the material that had been presented to me at the time, and so I think the appropriate course of action has been taken. I didn't, Barry. At the time, I did not, and for you to suggest no, Barry, you should go back and check the transcript.
I have.
I was very careful, I at no time drew a conclusion from it. I said this was the evidence that was presented to me, as there was very serious evidence presented to me about issues of sexual assault in those places, which I also asked to be investigated, and I'm pleased that those matters have been concluded, and I'm pleased we've been able to get to the bottom of all of that. This has been a very difficult issue over a long period of time, and what I am pleased about, Barry, and there's one figure you won't find in Labor's costings for what Bill Shorten mentioned the other night. The $11.6 billion cost blowout, they will have to put in their budget figures, because I have no doubt that Bill Shorten will not have the mettle to be able to ensure that those boats don't come back.
Treasurer,
I've seen him up close, and I know he doesn't have the mettle to do it, and the Australian people know he doesn't have the mettle to do it, Barry. But I was very clear at the time.
Let me show you how clear. Let me show you how clear. This is what you said. You accused them of being political activists. You said they made false claims.
I did not do that.
Yes, you did. I've looked at the transcript.
I did not say that. I said,
you said they allegedly coached self-harm.
The evidence that was presented to me.
You said they used children in protests. Is it not now?
Allegedly, and that's
the allegedly applied to just one allegation.
Allegedly, Barry.
To one allegation. That's that they coached self-harm. But there was no allegedly about them being political activists. There was no allegedly about them making false claims. Surely now you've paid compensation. That's a concession of guilt. It's time for an apology.
Barry, those evidences that were presented to me, I had investigated fully by a proper process. I did the job that I had to do in that situation, just as I'm doing the job now as Treasurer, Barry, to ensure we have a strong national economic plan that Australians can count on to ensure we transition from that investment phase of the mining boom to a broader-based economy. That's my focus now, Barry, and it's important that we ensure that we get that plan in place, because that's what's going to support jobs in the future. Bill Shorten saying that from the 1st of July of this year, some 100,000 businesses employing 2.2 million Australians who have a turnover between 2 million and 10 million don't deserve a tax cut. If that's his view, and it is his view, he doesn't understand what's going on in the Australian economy. What the Australian people need is a strong national economic plan, and they also need a government that knows how to stop the boats in the first place, which is what I did together with Tony Abbott and the whole team, and to ensure they say stop, Barry, and the Australian people know that if they elect a coalition government, that's exactly what they'll get.